Greetings, greetings, family. Near and far, far and wide, on planet, off planet, in the planet. You've done that goes already. If your nature's agreeable, step forward. Disagreeable, losing my teeth. Disagreeable, step back, because right about now, we don't have no more time for that. Come in, my
And
youth.
yeah, we're back with Ladycrowne, and we don't stay down, we stay up, and we don't chat up, because it's real talk, episode 112.
Ooh.
You know? Back again, once again. You know what I mean? It's been a while, you know? Nearly 2 years. Wow, time's flew, hasn't it? But
Hasn't it?
yeah, shout outs to the Soul Tribe out there, and big shout outs to my grandma. She's breaking her fast today. She's done 7 days, and it's helped her a lot. And what was you giving her, Ladycrowne? What was you giving her, you know, to support her fast?
Oh, the usual.
Yeah.
The sea moss.
Sea moss.
Green juice. And she was using the Sakara cigar at the same time as a cleanser, because she went away to on holiday with my sister who was 60 back in.
Shout out to Merlin.
Big shout out to the sis. And so son paid for her to go on holiday as a birthday gift, and so mum went along and accompanied her. So yeah, she came back. You know, hotels are great and the food's nice, but it's, you know, I mean, everything kind of like mass producing it. So she's feeling sluggish, full of pain, swelling, and all everything. And just in 7 days, the swelling in her hands have gone down, knees not so swollen. So she's like, you know, I need to continue with this. So we're going to just continue with Yaki's green juice. You want to tell him what's in the green juice?
Oh, the bio juice.
The bio juice, yeah.
Parsley. What else is in there?
Cilantro, coriander, ginger.
Yeah, man.
A
lot of antioxidants.
Celery, cucumber, lemon, and then once that's all juiced, he then adds a quarter of a teaspoon, or just depending on how much you take, of cayenne pepper. Yeah. There's a woman that I know actually that was telling me about her being diagnosed with diverticulitis and all the itis. It's all inflammation, whatever it is, inflammation. Just like get fancy names. And her doctor gave her some antibiotics. Well, of course, you know, the antibiotics didn't do anything. So I was talking, I said, look, you know, Merc, sometimes we have to do things to help ourselves. And, you know, nature's provided with everything that we need. We've just kind of like gone astray because we've been led down a path of allopathic medicine rather than, you know, the natural stuff, you know. So I said to her to try the bio juice. Yeah. So she didn't have a juicer. She got the juicer, everything ordered up, went out and bought all the stuff. And I saw her last night, and I said, you know, because she's been living on paracetamol, because she said the pain's been really, really severe because it's in her side. She's all clogged up, you know. And I said to her, you know, how are you doing? She said, oh my gosh, Monica, 2 days, no paracetamol. So she's joking. She said, no, she's not had to take anything to relieve the pain that she was feeling. So she's like, she's proper on it, really, you know, convinced that this thing is helping her. Well, it is, because she's not feeling the pain that she was. And she's going to continue using it. So the things that we just, you know, everyday things in your supermarket that you just kind of like walk past, and green apples, I forgot the green apples.
Yeah.
Oh, they're essential. And you know, the Granny Smith type green apples, you know what I'm saying?
Iron.
Yeah. Trust me, the parsley for the kidneys, you know, it's
cleanses out the kidneys.
Yeah, amazing. And that's, you know, the simple little things that we can do. So that's what Mum will be continuing to use, the bio juice. You know, when she's finished the fast, which is today. So yeah, big shouts out, big props to you, Mum. You know what I mean? 87, you know. Well, yeah, general number at the end of the day. You don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about what you look like inside and out. And, you know, unfortunately, we just can't zip down something and go, oh, let's have a look. All those kidneys need sorting out. No. So we need to make sure that we do the cleansers, we do the fasting, and really take care of ourselves, because, you know, we now know, because they made it quite clear to you, that allopathic medicine is not really there to help you. It's at your detriment when you go down that route, because there's one sure road for all of us. But I don't see why we should hasten the demise. You know what I mean? Eventually, we're all going to get there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see why we should.
We shouldn't fast track it.
Yeah, and that's what allopathic medicine does, literally.
Herbs are for the healing of the nation.
You know
what I mean? Because it assimilates. And the body's so intelligent because it recognizes the information that it needs. So if you give it the right information, what does it do? It supports you.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
None of them was it.
Real talk,
you know. We're back. Trust me.
Don't get too gassed though, you know what I mean?
I know.
You know what
this is just like off the spirit, you see.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're following. Trust me. And yeah, that divine intuition. different. But yeah, summer solstice, that's the period that we're in right now. And yeah, just as I say that, yeah, what's penetrating on our
sun?
All right, you can't make this up.
Beautiful.
Trust me, the light mineral rays. You know what I mean? High energy, baby. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know, in Stonehenge, is it Wiltshire? Yeah, in England, the ancient structure. I think it was built around 5,000 years ago. Many people used to gather around summer solstice to celebrate it. It shows you how much in touch we was with the natural cycles of reality around us. We used to celebrate these times more than the holidays that they give us now in the modern day, you know what I mean? Because that's promoted. But when you get back to the solar cycles, you'll realize how important it is, because it's high energy right now that's coming onto the planet. So it's key to really tap in, you know, and raise your energy and start manifesting what you truly want, you know, or shall I say what you truly need, you know what I mean? Because that's key, because it's about what you need right now, not just what you want.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
You know where I'm coming from. So yeah, summer solstice is key.
And just on the subject of the sun, don't shy away from it. Do not hide away from it, and do not. Now, this is, you know, I'm no expert or anything like that. You know, I have no medical qualifications and all that, you know, but I don't have any of those. But what I would suggest to you is that you get as much rays as you possibly can, you know, from the sun, because it does provide us with everything that we need in terms of, you know, wellness and well-being. Now, I do know that they sort of suggest that you put factor 50, factor 100 and stuff like that all over your body, which if you look at some of the ingredients, you can't pronounce them, you can't read them, you don't even know what they say. And they're probably a little bit carcinogenic. So yes, there are people like myself and STS here that, you know, are melanin dominant. So guess what? We don't kind of like need to put any blocker on.
So you limit yourself.
So you limit yourself to the sun.
Yeah.
I love the sun, but I'm not in it all the time, especially up at the allotment. When we get it, let me tell you something now, it is really, really hot. It's like being in the Caribbean. It's like being, trust me, you feel like you're abroad taking in sun. But we just take as much as you need, and then you take shade. So if you're of a lighter hue, yeah, then you just take what you can. And then you can wear the hat, the baseball cap or the hat to keep the sun off you, but do not hide from it, and do not put something on your skin that blocks out the life force energy of the sun. It's a life giver. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know, the sun prevents cancer.
Yeah, it doesn't cause it.
And the sun block creates cancer from the sun rays, because what the sun is doing is creating more toxins within the body because of the toxins that you're putting in the body. It's not the actual sun that's giving you the toxins, it's the sun block. Then it reacts harshly to the chemicals within the body. So you need to realize that a lot, because you see what the sun does, it actually reduces free radicals. So what happens when you've got a lot of toxins in your body? It's going to expose it. So it's not actually the sun.
You're not going to feel good.
That's giving you the cancer. You can get burnt from the sun, but that doesn't mean that the sun is toxic for you. It's down to you to limit yourself from the sun rays hurting your skin.
And it just shows you how toxic you are if you can't sit in the sun for 5 or 10 minutes and you're irritable, you're sweating, you're uncomfortable, because it's not supposed to be that. It's a healing for you. Do you know what I'm saying? So then you have to look and think, well, maybe I need to think about doing some cleaning and cleansing, because it's the toxins in your body that's making you feel uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? Just if you're perspiring, then guess what? That's absolutely wonderful, because a lot of people don't perspire because their pores are clogged. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of the lack of nutrients, because you might be eating and really enjoying what you're eating, but there's no nutritional value. And if anything, these foods are acidic, and that's what's causing you harm. That's why you're not able to sit in the sun. Do you know what I'm saying? Because everything that we've been told in terms of this is what we eat, this is what African people eat, this is what, you know, it's all hogwash. It's all hogwash. It's what they want you to eat, because as long as you eat those foods that are acidic, and I'll tell you something now, you just got to go back and look at Sebi, you know what I'm saying? Look at all the people out there, Yaki, you know what I'm saying? Econ in London, they will tell you it's the acidic food that you're eating that causes you harm. So guess what? Not rocket science. If I stop eating acidic food and eat food that's electric, that's got life in it, you know what I mean? Life force energy in it, then guess what that's going to do for you?
Raise you up.
Trust me, you change inwardly, you change outwardly, your mind, body, soul, your frequency, your vibration, your energy on this planet, everything about you changes. Trust me, because you're no longer in that state where 1 minute you can be smiling, next minute you feel like strangling somebody, because, you know, these foods have an effect on your chemical balance. You know what I'm saying? So most people are imbalanced, you know, for real.
Yeah, because the natural state of the body should be alkaline. You know, it's proven in science. So when you eat acidic food, you're going against your biochemical structure. So, and if you look at most of the ingredients on the product, it's a lot of acids, It's hardly any alkalies. So it shows you the agenda that they come in with. And it's key to wake up to this reality of the right information so you can make the right choices, you know, because it's all a choice, like I like to say, you know what I mean? And when I gain the right information, shout out to Ladycrowne out there, because I got this from her, you know, being a researcher, naturally I'm going to make the right decisions because it just makes logical sense, even though common sense isn't really common.
Not common
you know
at
what
all.
I mean? But when you use your logical mind, you know, get over the emotions. You know what I mean? Because it's the emotional attachment, the reason why people like these foods. You know what I mean? But when you really cleanse yourself, everything changes because it's your taste buds as well, you know. That's what I learned. SOS, sugar, oil, and salt. Those are the things that calcify your taste buds to the point where you can't really taste natural food and enjoy it. So an avocado might not be, you know what I mean? It might not be pleasing to your taste buds because of the toxins that are within you. But when you cleanse that out, an avocado will taste so beautiful.
I love avocado.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's absolutely beautiful. I just absolutely love it. But like STS said, it's about you know, it's your taste buds. Everything that you know, you screw up your face to, that's really good, is because, you know what I mean, you're so used to eating the stuff that's not so good for you, you know.
And we're speaking from experience here. We've been through that process. So we've been there. You know, where most people are at. So there's no judgment. It's just recognizing what reality really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Man. But yeah, so much good energy, you know. We didn't even know I was going to do this until the other day, innit? You know, so it's all, you know, following.
All in divine order.
All right, I like
you know,
I like that.
all in divine order, because I mean, as you guys know, I've sort of like, you know, just dipped and doing what I'm doing, and every now and again I'll come back and do a little something. And I've been saying to STS for about 8-9 months now. Oh, I need to get, and it's just not, you know, I've not felt the urge to sort of like say, right, you know, this is the day. And I will tell you something else. I've been really busy. I mean, you know, I will shout out to the you know, the task and force, the Council of 13 and the task and force, you know, Janine, Michelle in France, there's Michael in America, Carrie Lynn, Stephen Michael, I said Michael, Stephen Michael, big shouts out to you, bro. Carrie Lynn, Jackie, you know, and myself, you know, shout outs to Mark Christopher, you know, who's been kidnapped. Literally, these guys have been kidnapped. They've committed no crime. You know, Matthew, who's also been held in captivity, you know, kidnapped for doing the right thing. It's really, you find out how perverse the world is. Not the world, some of the people who decided that they're going to take control of the world and, you know, dictate what people can and cannot do. And it's really, it's an indictment on mankind when you speak facts and you speak from your heart and you speak truth, that you are persecuted and incarcerated for doing so. Now, you go out there and you tell people all kind of hogwash lies, and you're rewarded. You know, it's really quite bizarre that those things happening, but they are. But things are changing. I do really feel in my heart and my mind, body, spirit, and soul, that, you know, all those that have been held captive because they stood up and spoke the facts. You know, I mean, at risk, great risk to themselves. Because I mean, let's face it. I guess the easiest thing to do is to know that something's wrong, causing harm, but because you're all right and you know, you don't want to ruffle feathers, you don't want to lose your job, you don't want to lose my ass, you know, all of those things that they trap you with, you know. You keep quiet. Lots of people, you know, have done that, and I guess they're the ones that are going to have to deal with that, you know what I'm saying, because there's a reckoning for all of us. Because when you know something is causing harm and you keep on doing that same thing, then either you're a sociopath, you're a psychopath, or you're just plain evil. Because I can't put it down to the fact that you're just stupid. You don't know that these things are causing harm. You do know, but yet still you persist because it's my job. Yeah, well, those people, you'll have something to, you're going to have to, your time is coming, and the reckoning is coming. Trust me.
Fear frequency keeps a lot of people in a limited state, and I'm learning a lot, you know, of other people, especially my inner self, because I get a lot of downloads, and you know, just to know that they got technology that can send you sound waves to your mind to give you certain voices within your headset shows you what we're really dealing with. And you know, you gotta know what is you in order to manifest the reality that's going to be in your higher state. Because you know, when you channel galactic frequencies from the angelic realms, yeah, and we've all got access point to these realms, but you know, because we're in a 3D, a lot of us are in this limited state of consciousness, and we need to really elevate, you know, and realize that, remember, whatever your vibrational match to is what you're going to attract. So this is a energy vibration frequency universe. So that's what it really comes down to, because a lot of people are limited by the fear, you know. This is why, yeah, a lot of us manifest a reality that is not in our highest desires, it's in our lowest desires. You know what I mean? And that comes with the ego as well, because the ego has a big role to play in this 3D matrix that causes many tricks, because most people put their value on the material world, not realizing that that's how they capture you.
Yeah.
You know, they want to control your subconscious, because your conscious mind can make up anything, but if they control your subconscious, then guess what? They got 95% of your power. So you're not actually making decisions for yourself. There's how can I put this? A puppet master that's controlling you. But you're not able to realize this until you have self-realization. And this is why, going back to you, you're manifesting your own reality, because you actually recognize the puppet master. You know what I mean? Without recognizing the puppet master, you're just a puppet on a string.
Yeah.
Nobody's dead, you know what I mean? So you have to realize what's really going on and know who you are, so you can make the decisions that best benefit you and your loved ones.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, black people. That's Shay. There's a mass awakening on the planet. People, men and women, are realizing that perhaps things aren't the way that they've been projected to be, the way that they've been told that they are. People are starting to realize that there's something seriously wrong. When you have just look at what's taking place on the planet. You know, we've got war, theatre of war,
just about to
real
say that,
war.
you know,
Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because these people, you're gonna know. Yeah. So it's yet again, once they get this, and every media channel, it's on boom, 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 boom. You're bombarded with it. So all it's going to do is create that fear in you. So when they suggest that you do certain things now because of the potential of X, Y, and Z, you're going to do it out of fear, not out of fact, not out of knowing. You're going to do it because you're fearful. They've tried it before and people went along with the hogwash and the bullshit. So they think they can run that story on us again. Something else, you know what I mean? It's war this time. But all wars, you must know, all wars are bankers' wars. They have nothing to do with anything else apart from the control of the financial systems on this planet. That's what wars are about, because it gives them an excuse to get the printing presses out. And when they do that, well, you know, they can do lots of things, you know. But I was listening to Dave Silver. Don't know if anybody's seen him on YouTube, and he calls himself Dave Silver because I think it's 13 kilograms of silver is needed for every warhead, and there's a massive shortage on silver. Now, those of you that listened to me back in the day when I was last on with STS in 2023, you will know that I'd always reference to silver, and I will reference it again. The times that I was alluding to and talking about in terms of what was going to happen with silver are here. You're now looking at $37 for an ounce of silver. They have suppressed the price of silver for about 170 years. It's needed for absolutely everything. War, their missiles, medicine, technology, your phones, the electric cars, everything that you can think of, it's needed. And when it's used, it's literally thrown away. So therefore, above ground silver, well, it's limited. So those of you that still have the means, I would, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't say, Ladycrowne, tell me if I come out, go buy this and it no work, nothing. No, don't do that. Look at what's happening with silver. Look and listen to Big Swear. You'll find him on YouTube. I've spoken about him many times. Cliff High, Big Swear, Jay Snitz4, Jean-Claude. They are out there telling you literally what's going to happen with the price of silver and how precious it is, to the point where you will see it go 1-to-1 with gold. I think at its highest, you could get 105 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold in America, because they don't pay VAT. They put VAT on our silver over here. That's what puts people off. Oh my gosh, look, I've got to pay VAT. Don't worry about the VAT. Pay it. Yeah, because it is a matter of your future finances, because the system that we have now is coming to an end. They are going to try and give you something called the central bank digital currency, and God help you if you have to take it, because you have no alternative, because it's programmable money. It's money that they have control of over, and if they have control over the money, they have control over you. This is a wonderful time to be here. Those of us that are here for a reason. Some of us have awoken to what's happening and doing what we need to do in preparation for the shift, for the change, because it's taking place as I speak. But there's many caught up in the cog, in the wheels, and doing the thing that they normally do, get up, go to work, and you know, where you're just continually on the go. And when you do stop, you've got to stop time for it to have something to eat, go out of bed and get up and do the next thing. But you have to know, and if you don't know, you have to know that you're exchanging your sweat equity for a worthless piece of paper. And more time, it's now digital because it's on your phone. I've seen the young people then with their Google Pay or their Apple Pay, with their phone. There's nothing, it's all tech. There's nothing in your hand. So you're working for something that's created out of thin air. So it's slavery. You know what I'm saying? You've been robbed. So you still have the opportunity to take that nothingness and convert it into something that you can hold in your hand, that's tangible and that you will be able to use. Yeah? Look at all of those countries that went into hyperinflation. Weimar Republic, Venezuela, Argentina, Zimbabwe. Yeah? $1 trillion note they had to produce because people were using barrows to borrow money to go and buy a loaf of bread. So they produced $1 trillion note. Also, let me take that back. $100 trillion note. Yeah, that's hyperinflation. That's what happens. So the only way to protect what's yours is to convert it. I mean, we are getting to the stage now where people are saying, they can't withdraw what they want from the bank. The bank wants to know what you want it for. And I'm hearing, well, don't ask me only per question. It's my money. And no. You see, when you signed for that account, you didn't read the small print. The small print says that you're the creditor. You have now loaned your money to the bank. The bank now can decide if it's going to give you back and how much it's going to give you. And it can also say to you, well, what do you want it for? So if you don't know that your money shouldn't be in the bank by now, then I don't know when you're going to realize that, because what you don't want to happen is a run on the banks. And remember, when you put in £10, £9 is loaned out. So you couldn't go back the next day and say, oh, that £10 that I put in, I need it because my gas is low on me. No, it's not there. It's not there. All the banks, oh my God, I don't know how many times I've got to say this. They don't have the money. There's no physical cash there. That's why you have to give them notice if you want £1,000, so they can get the £1,000 physical to give it to you, and then they want to know what for, when, why, how, bring me invoices, or all of that, because they don't physically have the money. You know, they've used that money and it's been hypothecated, and they've leveraged it. They've done all sorts. I mean, even the pensions, you know, folks, I'm sorry to tell you this, but the money that, you know, you've been paying into your private pension, as Rachel Reeves is talking about dipping in, they dipped into that money a long time ago. So there'll be no such thing as pensions. Don't worry, because when everything goes to hell in a handbasket, they will give you shares in the bankrupt, defunct banks, and you won't have a penny. But don't worry, the CBDC will be there to comfort you, so you can, you know, get ready for the 15-minute city. Look at what they're doing and start doing for yourself. Don't buy into the fear, because guess what? Fear stunts your growth. You're not going to do anything if you sat there the fright night up in a shed pan.
Just like I was saying,
you know,
with the fear frequency.
So start, if you haven't already started, my recommendation and my suggestion is to you that you start today. We are moving into real perilous times on this planet, all orchestrated, because let's face it, if things are so bad and dire, then guess what? When something kicks off in another country and they can print up or send how much gazillions to Ukraine, why can't they do the same thing when people sat in their house over here dead for hungry and dead for cold? Why can't they look after our pensioners? The elders, we should look up to them, because it's because of them why we're here. So we have a responsibility to them. And the young ones coming up, we also have a responsibility to. Now, our governments aren't governments. They are imposters. They're registered as corporations on Dun and Bradstreet, which is registered in America. So they're not even registered on this soil. Every organization that you look up to, that you have respect to, are not here to serve you. The police are a registered corporation. Now, if you're a public official and you're there to serve the people of the city, of the town that you live in, why is the local authority registered as a corporation? You have to ask yourself these questions. When you continue to support them with your hard-earned fiat currency, there's not really money, you know, you continue to support them like that, and everything that they do is detrimental to you, then you have to ask yourself the question, do I continue? Why should I continue to do what I'm doing? Those are questions that you have to ask. And if you're not asking those questions, then you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing your young ones a disservice, because they're the ones coming up. And when it really, really gets rough and you don't have what you need, and they look at you and say to you, why didn't you know what was happening? Why didn't you do something to protect us? Why didn't you buy a little bit of silver? Didn't you hear Ladycrowne for the last how many years selling you to buy it and put it down? Why? I hope you got some answers for that question. I mean,
A lack of action, you know what I mean? And as you was just doing that, I literally was doing the breath of fire and shooting out the kundalini to my brain, sparking the pineal gland and activating gamma brain waves. So higher frequency is the key, because you know, when you're on about currency, yeah, the greatest currency you can have is your energy, you know. Because if you look at billionaires, yeah, they got high energy. This is why they've manifested it within the material world, because people don't realize that everything's manifesting from the spiritual realm first, then into this physical reality that the ancients used to call the Maya, you know, the illusion world. So you need to realize that your greatest currency is energy first, then you can actually materialize what you want, you know what I mean? Or what you need, either way you're looking at it. But yeah, you know, this has been great. And we're glad to be back, you know. But we was always here anyway, because when you deep
I
it,
never left you,
yeah, because when you deep it now, yeah, we're here in spirit, trust me, at all times, because we're all connected, you know. In this universe, it gives you strange and great synchronicities, because when you realize that everything's in sync. And you only can realize this, yeah, when you're in sync with yourself, you know. And that's key, you know.
Yeah.
Because as long as you're in sync with yourself, guess what happens? Great manifestations occur, you know. realizing that it's energy first, because if you're in a fear frequency, which a lot of people are in, you're going to manifest that. And then it's going to block you from manifesting greatness, manifesting greater realities for self and others. So it's so key to raise your energy. I'm so big on it because I know it's the first language. You know, people really resonate with these real talks and the single vids that I do and Ladycrowne does, because of our intention and our energy first. You know what I mean? Before we even utter these words, because really and truly, people can really feel your vibration. And as long as you're uplifting self and others, guess what? You're creating a greater reality for the collective consciousness. So continue doing that, and you'll live a great life, man. You live a great life. We're here with you, man. We're here with you because we're all on the journey together, deep down, you know? We just come here for a brief moment of time. You know?
Yeah. Before we wrap this up, because we don't intend to just, keep chatting for the sake of chatting, I must mention.
Trust me, it's real talk. It's real talk, though.
I must talk about Govinda Tidball. Now you just need to research this man. I think he lives in Austin, Texas, or someplace like that. He's a health director in one of these states, anyway. And all countries with a central bank and with a postal office or postal union are part of the UCC, Uniform Commercial Code. So it's a code that all these countries abide by. They all follow it. Now, he realized what was happening with the birth certificate and how they have used it to literally steal from us, to take your life force energy and make you responsible for your dead twin. Well, you were saying, what you're talking about? I mean, I have no twin when we were born. I know my mum was carrying me. Well, some nefarious people, they decided that they would get the father or whoever to cut the cord, and they would take the cord and the placenta away. Now that cord and placenta stays alive, literally has life force energy in it for 5 days. So that's what's registered. That's what they register on the birth certificate, your dead twin. So now you become liable for that dead twin's debt. So that's why everything comes to you in capital letters, because the twin's dead. So it's got to be in capitals. But because you're living and you see the name and it looks like you, it says, whatever it says on there. So it must be you. And you don't question the fact that it's all done in capitals. So he said, you know what? I'm just going to make sure that it doesn't happen with this baby. So he wrote his birth plan out, told the doctors at the hospital where his wife was going to deliver that they want the cord, they want the placenta, everything. And that happened. But what did they do? They still went and registered his baby as this dead twin. So he did a UCC filing. You can find it. He's on Substack, or just Google Govinda, Govinda, Tidball, Tidball, and you'll see there's a UCC one. They've tried to hide the UCC one filing, because the UCC, Uniform Commercial Code, is now UCC one, which means that they can no longer use this dead twin and assign that dead twin to you. So literally everything that comes to you in all capital letters is not you. If it's all capital letters, it's not you. And they're no longer able to do it. But obviously they don't expect people to be getting this information and using it against them. You can go anywhere with it, but you need to get the information. There's 3 filings that he did, 4 in total, but they're hiding the UCC one. I was able to get the other 3 by going to their website and downloading it. They're long documents, but everything is in there. It's crystal clear. Go and have a look for yourself, because a lot of people are reposting it all over, so you can actually see it. This bondage, this slavery, this associating you, the living flesh and blood man and woman, with the legal fiction has come to an end. We's free now.
We free now.
We's free now.
You know what I mean?
But trust me, you have to know who and what you are. You have to know what fraud has been perpetrated against us in order to now deal with it and deal with them. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to know these things. So do no longer stay in ignorance and sit there barring about this bill and that. All of those things you now have the means to take care of, but you have to get up and do it. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to help you, because it's all out there for you. You got to get up off of your ass and do the work. Trust me, most of it's been done for you. All you got to do is get up and start looking at it, reading it, and applying it to your daily life. Do you know what I'm saying? This proliferate it throughout all of your families and your communities, so everything starts to change for you. They no longer have the control over you. You have it for yourself. Claim it back. If you want your corona, your crown, you have got to go and take it and put it on your head. Because if you wait for them, they'll give you the corona that you don't really want. And you know what me I talk about? That corona, that's the one that'll offer you. It's always been about the gold, the precious metals, and in what you are. You are worth your weight in gold. Go and claim it.
When you free your mind, you be connected to the divine. It's real life. Trust me. And freedom is a must. And it will be given to you if you take it, though. Remember that.
Ain't nobody giving it you.
Trust me.
You better take it.
You better take it.
If something belongs to you, and I will end on this, even though I've said that before, I've got people talking to me about Windrush and, you know, claiming for money and all the rest of it. Oh, are you going to be filling out your forms? I said, listen, we all know about the form filling out, you know, boxes and all that kind of stuff. If somebody has wronged you and taken something from you that didn't belong to them, they put a piece of paper in front of you and said, well, if you just put here and sign it, and let's face it, most people aren't going to read none of the small print, and we'll give you what we've stolen from you. Don't do it. If that's the case, then you carry back what you stole from me, and you say, there you go, Ladycrowne, I'm really sorry, I hope you can forgive me, which I probably will, but I won't forget, and take back what's rightfully mine. Don't put a form in front of me. So don't be fooled by these people. It's called tricks and traps, because you're now going to be entered into a what? A contract. And you don't know every word and what it means, because what's it written in? Is it English? Is it dog Latin? You have no idea. But because they use this lure of, oh, you can get a couple of grand. Oh, listen, you're worth millions. Millions is traded in your name every day with that birth certificate that they tied you to. So when they come with their little pittance, and I mean, don't raise your hand at me.
No.
Let me finish. When they come with their little pittance, you tell them to shove that where the sun don't shine. Yeah? Tell them to shove where the sun don't shine. Because you're worth millions, and that's what they owe you, and that's what you want. You ain't filling out no form, and you're not signing for shit, and you want it in gold. Huh? Tell them to keep the fiat currency for themselves. You want it in real money. All right, my youth.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I was just doing EFT, you know, emotional freedom tapping. And, you know, it's all about the emotional state, because that governs everything within. So that's why I raised my hand. It wasn't to cut you off.
All right, okay.
But it's all good though.
So you know when me a floor.
And it's all interconnected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we got to say for this one. You know? It's been a great one. Another great one. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Or we got to say, should I say? I'm so used to saying that now.
Let me know there.
But yeah.
Oh, before we end, let's shout out our peeps them.
Okay. Go on.
Okay. Big shouts out to the man like Captain Kirby. Aye, Captain.
Yeah.
The food that's grown up here, all the hard work. I mean, he was away for 6 months in Jamaica. When he came back, he just got straight in, and I'm telling you, there's some serious work up here. T, can't leave you out. Can't leave you out. You know what I'm saying? Good brother up here doing the work. Carlos, Danny, you know what I mean? And our beautiful loyal friends, Michelle and David.
Queen
Michelle and King David on the barge with the ducks. Yeah? Big shout out to you guys.
Yeah, man. Blow, boot awful, and yeah, Keem. They don't even know what to do now.
No, you don't know what to do now.
You know, no.
Jackie Divine. Can't forget my big sister out there. She's proper. She's doing the work, fam.
Auntie Jackie Divine.
Yeah, she's one of the council of the 13.
Yeah. Big ups to everybody out there, man. Even the ones that we didn't mention. It's all love, you know.
You don't know.
And yeah.
I don't know.
Trust me. Keep working on your mind, body, and soul in order to achieve your goals. And we're there with your STS and Ladycrowne over and out. Peace and blessings.
Peace, my people.